Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a very highly requested video of how I use Canva and how I create my graphics in Canva. So I'm going to show you guys 3 different graphics today, one for my boutique website, one for my emails, and then one for my Instagram. I'm going to create the same graphic for all 3, but show you how I can resize and things like that. So I'm using Canva, and yes, I have the Canva Pro where I'm paying for it. This is important for this video because I'm going to show you an easy way to resize your pictures for different platforms. But to do that easily, you have to have the Canva Pro. Okay, so anyways, let's get started. So Canva, I don't know how much you guys know, so I'll start from the very basics. You pretty much have everything here that you probably want to create, but I always just start by creating a design and then choosing what I want here. Now we can start with the Instagram post. That's pretty basic. And I actually have new arrivals coming to my store today, and those new arrivals are my jogger sets. So I have multiple variations, different colors for my jogger sets. And usually for Instagram, or when I'm having something new of different variations, I really want to showcase that by having a collage of some sort. And I also always use a collage for my website banner and for my emails. Just to kind of show you an example of what I'm talking about, here's my boutique website, and the first thing you see is this banner, this collage showing different variations, different sizes, just different personality, different colors, not sizes, different colors and options for my new arrivals. So I'm not going to create this one today, but I'm going to create one similar to this that I'm going to use for my new arrivals today. Whenever I get new arrivals, I make a new one of these. So let's start with Instagram. I already have my pictures uploaded, so I'm going to choose 2 pictures that I can put side by side. I'm going to do probably this one, and then I'm going to do, let's do this one. So this is showing 2 different jogger sets, and so just to make them fit, I'm just going to, first of all, I don't want all this to show, so I'm going to delete this one so I can show you what I'm doing. I'm going to drag this. Do you guys want me to talk over this or just show you? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you prefer with this type of video. So I'm just making sure it fits. Doing it long ways, dragging it over. You can double tap and then drag it to put in the right frame. Here, this looks kind of weird having this so high up and this so low down, so I'm gonna just drag this up to make sure that looks good. So typically I would just leave it like this. I would never just leave it like this. You could just leave it like this, but I like to have some type of text on here just to really introduce what I'm talking about. Let's say I wanted to include a different picture and not this one. Let's say I want to do another one of this same style. Once you have it already kind of how you want it, it gets easier. You can just drag it until where you want it. And then it's in place. You can just double click, move it over, save it. And of course, make sure it's actually fitting this, and you can do it like so, however you want to do it. So that's another option as well. For this, let's go ahead and just leave it like this for now. So the next thing I want to do is add some text. This is going to be, again, an Instagram post, and this is also good to do because sometimes these individual pictures are not the right size to show up correctly on Instagram. So having a collage looks good. So to add text, first I need to add an element so I can have a background for my text so that it's easy to read. I always use a square. You can just search square, and then you can pick whatever type of square you want. I always just use this first one here, resize it. I don't know how big I need it yet, but what I do like to do is I like to change it always to white, and then I make it transparent so that's kind of see-through by clicking here and then dragging it to about there-ish. And we'll change it up depending on what I'm going to put inside. In the beginning, we just kind of play around with it, and then towards the end, we can make it look good. And so I'm going to create this. I did this earlier. I think it was this one. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put jogger, make this a lot smaller, and I'm not really talking about all the steps, but you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Up here is the text size. You can just resize that to something a lot smaller. We can just do 48, and then here I would do set, and also make this 48. Now, this text right now, you see how it's kind of like very far apart and it's like moving together? It's because it's currently grouped together. So let me make this picture, I'm gonna make this all the way transparent so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So right now, this is like all the way like spread apart and it's moving together. We need to ungroup that by clicking ungroup. That way we can individually edit each element. So now that you guys can see that, I'm gonna bring that back up so that we can see everything together. Okay, so now we have the opportunity to actually like make this, you know, how we want. We can also change the color to this. The cool thing about this right now, Canva, it's picking up the colors that are also in my picture. So because this is picking up for that, I can use the same colors without having to go and find it. But if you wanted to find a different color, you can just click here and search, or maybe you already know your color code, you can do that there. So I'm gonna leave it like such, jogger sets. It's kind of hard to see, but again, we'll change all of this at the end. Right now, we're just playing around with it. And I also wanna add something about fearless, and I know they have this fearless right here. So again, I'm gonna ungroup that, delete the stay, and make the fearless smaller, and change the color to the one that I had already. So that's kind of cute. It's again kind of hard to see. So what I might end up doing now, you can either change the background to be a different color. I don't like that. Or you can make it less transparent. I think that's pretty decent. You can also make this box a little bit bigger. Now, the next thing I want to do to make this easier for me is I need to group all of these elements together, the fearless, the jogger set, and the square, so that I can easily move it around without having to drag it to the right place. So just watch kind of how I do this. I'm going to move this out of the way. Then I'm going to scroll my mouse over all of these different elements and I'm going to group it together. If these pictures were not moved, it would have also grouped the pictures with it, and I didn't want that. But now I can move this around however I want. So this can stay in the middle. This is again for Instagram. That's pretty cute actually. This fearless has a red undertone. I believe under effects we can change that to something else. You can change it to blue. We can change it to green because that plant is back there. Or you can just make it pink, another shade of pink. I don't like that red though, so let's change it to, I kind of like either the blue or I just like the different shade of pink. We can leave it like so, that looks good. Okay, so this is really how I make my Instagram graphics. From here you can make this bigger, of course, because it's grouped together now. If you want to put it just in the corner, you can do that down there. However you think looks the best, but I like it right here in the middle. And if you drag it, it kind of shows you what's exactly in the middle. So that's it. And when I'm done, I can just download this and save it to my computer. Depending on where else you want to post this, this size of this Instagram post is pretty good for a lot of different places. So you can also post it directly to a Facebook page because I have, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that. This is going to be available at 7 p.m. tonight. So I'm going to then share this to my Facebook page, the Fearless Collection. I can say in 2 hours, this new set will be available. Who's ready for and I can publish that now to my Facebook page. So Canva has a lot of different things that you all can play around with. And so that's just one of the ways that I would do that. Then let's say I want to make this same post go into an email that I'm going to send out to my email list. Once this is done doing that, I can show you. I can just come up here and resize this. And also, let me also say this first. So let's say that instead of having this picture, maybe you want to try out some different like picture combinations. This little button right here will copy this, and then instead of having these two side by side, maybe you want to have a different option like this one. I don't really like this one too much, only because the background, because of the way I edited the picture, is a little bit too different, but I could do that. I could do this one and then drag it in place. Of course, make sure it is the same type of height. Maybe this color and this color could be an option. That's too high up. And then with that, I could change up the color of this. Instead of it being this pink, it can be like a burgundy color. Oh, that is so pretty. I love the burgundy. It stands out so well. I think actually I'm going to save this for an Instagram post for myself. So this is really cute. So now I have options. So when I'm, marketing for my jogger sets, I can post so many different pictures because I have so many different options, and you can just have this here now. And then when you're ready to go, you can save it and do it. So these are cute. If you guys see these on Instagram, we made it here first. Now I can also resize this to be a lot of different sizes. The size that works really well for emails is 800 by 1200. I already have it here. If not, you could have just put in 800 by 1200 and click on copy and resize. I could also come here and resize to a lot of different things. I can do here, I can do a Facebook post. We can also make sure it's Instagram story. And when I do that, it will open up in a lot of different screens. Hopefully you all can see the screen still. So let's go back. This is the perfect size for an email. So of course you just want to then come back and edit it. So just dragging this up and down. Same thing for this, up and down, and it will snap in place, and then just edit to make this a little bit bigger. And this is looking kind of weird. Okay, so that's option one. This is kind of too, there we go. And of course, make adjustments. When you resize these things, it really takes the pictures a little bit differently. This is so cute. I'm gonna use this when I resend this email tomorrow. I'm gonna send an email out tonight, and then this is really cute. This picture, I love it. Maybe I should use this in my email for tonight. Okay, anyways, and then also I can change this as well. So I'm gonna resize that, and then resize that. And then I'm looking like a giant over here. Bring her down. This needs to be a different size. Or maybe that's just the way that it is. And a lot of it is just like you playing around with it. This needs to get bigger then. And then we can resize her. And so, ooh, that has a little bit of space over there. Okay. And so I'm just covering up all the white space. And so now I have these pictures optimized for emails as well. And then the last one is, and then you guys can do the same thing for these Facebook posts, for stories, etc. But the very last one is going to be this email banner. Now, when it comes to your email banner, when you go to your Shopify and when you go to edit the slideshow on your Shopify, it should tell you the size that you need for your email banner. So what I know to be true, I know that my email banner, I'm gonna actually go over here to all of my designs. I have it saved in my Canva already. I'll tell you guys the measurements of it. See here, I already created this. This is the same one that I was just showing you all, but I created this earlier today. And so my email banner is 3840 by 2160. And for my email banner, my website actually, my theme on Shopify actually did not tell me what the size was. I had to play around with it until I found the right size. This is the size that works best for me. And so honestly, when I have something new, whenever I have new arrivals, I will make a new banner, and I simply, sorry, this is not supposed to be there. I will simply just copy it, and I will just add in whatever new items I have. So with every new arrival, I'll make a new email banner. And the way I did this is the exact same way I did the other ones. I usually do 4 pictures because of this large space for email banners, and then for Instagram and stories and for email, I do 2 pictures side by side. So hopefully this was a good enough tutorial for you all. Let me know what else you want to see in Canva. I use Canva all the time for everything. There's so much you can do. I make PowerPoints in here for my coaching calls. I do so much. So this is what I have for Canva, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, put any of your other questions down below. Maybe I can do a part 2 of a Canva tutorial.